Hello and welcome to UPSC History Option. In the syllabus of the medieval Indian history, in the chapter of the 15th and 16th century, the political and economic developments therein, if you notice the previous year questions of that chapter, about 5 to 6 questions out of 30 in the past few years have been asked from Krishna Deva Raya, the great king of the Vijayanagara Empire from the Tuluvar dynasty. So it is quite fitting that we should cover the general contours of the King Krishna Deva Raya, and we should at least know the basics about him, so that if a question is asked, that I will tell you, most of the questions have been asked from the general 2 or 3 themes. Number one, the time of the Krishna Deva Raya was the golden time of the Deccan or the South India. Number two, Krishna Deva Raya was the greatest king. Number three, generally the political, economical, strategic, cultural philosophy of the Krishna Deva Raya had been asked. So we can broadly prepare on these lines, and in this short and crisp video, I'll tell you the political, strategic, economic, and cultural outlines of the Krishna Deva Raya within 5 to 6 minutes. So let us begin. Krishna Deva Raya again was a famous king of Tuluvar dynasty who ruled from 1509 to 1530. And this was the time when even Mughals had not arrived, and like Babur came in 1536. So he is called Kannada Rajya Rama Ramana, which is the Kannada people will be better able to understand. But its general meaning is the person towards the welfare of the Kannada Rajya. And he is also called Andhra Bhoja. He is one of the very few kings who are equally revered in the Kannada language background as well as in the Telugu language background. The reason for the same is the fact that he contributed to the... Let us first begin by culture, since I'm talking about it. So in culture, there was a team of 8 persons in his office who were called Ashtadiggaja. And they were men of letters, great men of great wisdom. And there were people like Allasani Pedanna, so who wrote great literary works. Even Krishna Deva Raya himself wrote Amukta Malleda in Telugu, Jambavati Kalyana in Sanskrit, and Krishna Deva Raya Dinachari in Kannada. So you can see that he was proficient in so many languages that it is quite natural that he is equally popular among the people of the either languages. So apart from this, he got beautiful temples constructed, and the features like Kalyana Mandapa and the 1,000-pillar temples were used during his reign. And the famous temple that he got constructed were the Virupaksha temple of Hampi and Meenakshi temple of Chidambaram. All these words are key words. You have to weave your answers around these words. And as you will be able to appreciate, in a 200 or 250 words question, wherein political, economy, culture, everything has to be discussed, even if you know 3 points each, your answer is done and tested. Now coming to the political realm, we can discuss the political and strategical things together. He won the Gajapati kings of Odisha. He won against the Golconda, against the Bahmanis. So he was a very good military commander. He had very good understanding with the Portuguese, and he got help in the form of war horses from the Portuguese, from the various ports of Goa and the other areas of Malabar. So this is it about his strategic vision. Then, during his time, the king was the ultimate source of power and unlimited source of authority, as has been said by himself in the Amukta Malleda. Then, as highlighted by the Domingos Pias and Barbaros, that the famous system of Nayaks and Nayankara of the military commanders was prevalent during that time. And this system actually is very interesting from the point of view of the fact that there is a very large controversy of the segmentary state theory and then the feudalism between the scholars like Stein at one side and this nationalist historians like Nilakanta Shastri on the other side. And then we have the view of the Marxists such as Champak Lakshmi. This centralization versus decentralization debate of the Vijayanagara in general and also to some extent about the Chola Empire is very interesting. We will discuss it in another video. Then the kingdom was divided in the several provinces, and then the provinces were divided in the kotams, which were the smaller townships. So about economy, the economy during his time was very, very flourishing, as has been described by various Portuguese writers, including Domingo Pias and Barbaros and the Nunes and other such persons. So the major reason behind the flourishing economy during the times of Vijayanagara in general and Krishna Deva Raya in particular was the fact that the Vijayanagara Empire was largely located in the very, very fertile Tungabhadra Doab, which is a very fertile region, and due to because it has been established that the major source of revenue of the whole Vijayanagara Empire was majorly from the land revenue. So it was largely due to the fertile region of Tungabhadra Doab. And so it is no wonder that always the fight between Bahmani, Vijayanagar, Golconda, etc. happened for the Tungabhadra Doab. So Krishna Deva Raya kept it secured, kept it captured, and hence the economy and the agriculture flourished in general. So let us keep it crisp and short. So this was basically it about Krishna Deva Raya. There are other things also, but of course that can be discussed. So in a short answer, you now have sufficient fodder to write something. And I have given you sufficient keywords. Number one, to write in answers. And number two, to further explore them in your own way. So thank you very much.